Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Divine's Purpose. How are you? I am jumping on to do an energy update and a little bit of a different type of read. You know, I've been pulled into a lot of different directions for mission work recently, and there's a lot of messages coming through. Now, this will be for twin flames on the twin flame journey. But this is also for people who are actually really dedicated on working on their own self versus having their full attention, attachment, or any codependency to their twin. Like, the one thing I noticed about the twin flame journey, and I have learned and grew from it, was that we always put our twin flame first, and a lot of people are putting a lot more attention on their twin. And I have a message here for you, which is God first. Period. And this is understanding yourself and your journey. So to those of you who are still in that energy of really wanting to know more about your twin, this video may not be for you. I'm going to keep it real. I'm really being pulled towards doing shadow work for people who have been initiated and awakened through the catalyst, which is their twin. But really understanding who you are and what your mission and purpose is here through the motion of healing. So this is for those of you who are interested in seeing what the energy is. Now, if divine feminine and masculine do come up, I will obviously bring it forward. But I had to start off by telling you that the truth about a twin flame journey is really about your own divine mirror. So the initiation of your awakening to your own ascension was and is the most important aspect of your journey. So let me clarify by saying that, you know, being a twinner myself and understanding the journey as a healer, as someone who is stepping into purpose and mission work, you know, and been doing it for a while with such amazing clients. We can talk about the other person all day, right? But it's really understanding what we are here for. And if you understand the twin flame journey, you understand that everything is a mirror. So everything that you are doing for self, in regards to spirit, not flesh, your divine counterpart will follow. It's just their own healing, their journey, and of course, divine timing, okay? So with that said, I'm going to start. Like I told you guys, the energy is all over the place. I am doing a couple things in regards to mission work for divine feminines. I'm creating a project, which will be announced shortly. Also, if you do want more daily updates, please follow me on Instagram at Divine's Purpose. The link is below. And then, of course, any healing sessions that I have available is on my website, and everything is underneath the description box. Thank you to everybody who's been following. Thank you for everybody who's been watching. Please press that subscribe button if you are interested in more videos, because there's going to be more healing videos coming forward this year in 2020, okay? So I'm just going to call in my angel guides and ascended masters who want to work with me, and of course, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. I'm going to come in with the energy right now, what is happening for your own healing. And of course, like I said, if, you know, divine counterparts come through, then allow it to be. But this is a really strong energy in regards to choices and the crossroads, really understanding who you are in regards to inner work and outer. It's really that yin and yang balanced energy. So, yep, choices, Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles was the first energy I saw. And we do have the Two of Cups here. So this is understanding that, again, like I said, your divine counterpart, your your journey, twin flame, soulmate, karmic. I don't know what you guys want to label it anymore. There's so many different labels going on in the community, but I'm going to tell you how I hear it. It's understanding the divine counterpart has initiated something that has started a brand new beginning in the physical. You know, when you see the hand coming through, offering this new offer from Spirit, you're getting awakened. You're really getting initiated to who you truly are. A lot of truths are coming in regards to the moon cycles. The moon cycles have been an amazing clarity for us in the collective. A lot of illusions are being shown. And in this specific deck, which is the After Tarot, the moon and the sun is in one with all the eclipses, all of the energy, and all the shifts that the eclipses are bringing. We're bringing a lot of clarity and messages. The reason why I love the King of Swords in this deck is because of this right here, if you guys can see it. Oops, sorry. I should pay attention when I'm doing this. It's understanding the woman pointing at the guy while there is two people here, a man and a woman, really understanding their journey. So to those of you on a twin flame journey, if you really feel like you're going cuckoo, and I know a lot of people feel like they are, you are not. You're receiving a lot of messages for your own healing. And this has to do with choices. You know, we all have choices in life, all of us. And this is understanding what choice you're going to make, you know, and there's a lot of testing energy here with the Five of Wands. You know, there's a lot of competitiveness is what I'm getting through this motion with the Queen of Wands as well. There is some really strong, passionate energy here that is coming forward through this indecision. I just want to see, yeah, see the Ace of Swords right here. There is definitely a brand new beginning coming forward. Okay. I'm going to get some clarity here with this energy because your own healing right now has to do with your own brand new beginning. There are 3 stages of healing and ascension, and it's really understand like you're sleeping, you're waking, or you're awake. And a lot of people are actually still sleeping or waking, so they're not actually awake. So there's still a lot of illusions being revealed at this time. So take that as it resonates to you. I'm going to grab one for the Two of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles and what energy this is trying to tell us. So the clarity for this is the Star. So this is understanding your wish fulfilled, having hope, seeing the light. And of course, when I do any type of reading, my throat chakra starts acting crazy. So I do apologize. But I need one more for this. Here we go. 10 of Wands, putting the burdens down. So a lot of us in the collective as twin flames are really understanding the journey of self and understanding the hope through this. You know, it's funny how when I do deep shadow healing, that we look at codependency as a big shadow. But then we're awakened, initiated by this twin flame journey that awakens what? The codependency aspect. Divine feminines and divine masculines. If you can understand this, you have to understand that this was a big shadow that had to be healed through your own journey. So what I'm picking up here is that there is this brand new beginning being offered because it's time to put the burdens down from the old past. Like, remember when I said there was three types of ascension, which is sleeping, waking, and then awake? Can you see that? My lighting is so bright. I wonder if you guys can see it. But you see how she's sleeping, but there's hope up here with the crescent moon? The crescent is intuition. And this, of course, is a fairy. It says Tooth Fairy on these cards. And I'm sorry, I don't know the name of this tarot deck. I got it for a very low cost. I just really love the vibe of the deck. And then, you know, we're also understanding the 10 of Wands, which is dragon energy. So if you're not aware of dragon energy, I would say look it up. But this is really understanding the magic that this connection has brought you. And there's a brand new beginning being offered for your own journey, for your own healing. Let's see here. So we have the moon with the King of Swords that is clarified by the Knight of Cups, which is genie energy, which is crazy. One more, please. Let me ask for one more. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is the Mermaid. This is why I love this tarot. I wish I really knew the name. But there's a lot of mystic creatures that are a part of this, and it's a really big understanding of what everything represents. When I say something, it has a deeper representation to it, so if you feel like looking it up, I would suggest you do. But this is understanding the illusions that are being lifted through the truths, through emotional sadness, and through a growing heart. Very interesting, because I'm picking up a lot of wounded energy coming forward through these alone. And I know that, divine feminines are really sitting strong in their healing, and divine masculines are coming forward, right? But if we're looking and focusing on self, what is it? What can I learn from this specific reading, this healing session? Is that a lot of things had to be divinely ordered through whatever journey it was. And I'm going to tell you, this had to do with a lot of emotional wounds, emotional triggers, and a lot of purging, and also a lot of clearing of past karmic energy of your own path that you decided to take on in this life through the soul contract with this twin flame. And at this current time, you are stepping into a very mystical, magical energy of love. And when I gave you that message first, God first, if you replace that word God with love, it's love first. So it's understanding that you had to really dig deep into your own shadows, into your own past, into your own energy through this divine mirror. So let me see what this is in regards to the choices. We have death, which is transformation. All right, we have Seven of Wands, which is endurance and really sometimes fighting with the Three of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the World. Yeah, guys, this is definitely understanding heartache. The Three of Swords is the most painful, heart-wrenching card of the deck, right? So with the Ace of Swords, this is giving me Four of Swords, which is recovery, rest, separation for some of you as well. And I'm picking up the death because it's like a lot of people are going through the dark night of the soul right now, which this card represents perfectly. This is understanding that we had to go through this as a collective to really understand who we are. And also, please understand, and I say this line often, and this is from Lauryn Hill, to be used by God, you must be used. So for you to step into your role as a divine feminine or masculine for mission and purpose work, there was a lot of clearing out that had to happen. And unfortunately, some of it had to be very destructive towards the heart. The best way I can tell you this with the World, this is the last major arcana in tarot, meaning something is coming. Something new is coming, especially with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles here. There's brand new beginnings here in the physical and mental. This journey that you've put so much energy in, or you haven't, but it's just shifted you so much that you had to put a light on this journey. That heartbreak had to happen so you can understand who you are through the lens of love versus ego. And really build the strength to really come out of this death energy through the inner strength of that endurance that you have, which is really, really beautiful. You see, you guys, like once you start picking up the pieces of that broken, shattered heart and you start working on it one piece at a time, that really builds up a lot of inner strength. But every time you put a piece back together, you're also getting gifted by the wisdom and the clarity of who you are. And I feel like a lot of us are stepping into our gifts. And this is understanding who we are, not only in this life, but past life. But this had to happen for the new to be here. And that's why a lot of people say, oh, 2020 is a huge year. And it really is a huge year. But what you take from it for yourself is the most important aspect, right? This right here means a lot to a lot of people in a twin flame journey. And I understand it, and I'm not dismissing it. The line represents strength, the 2 represents partnership, and you have the 2 cups, right? The masculine and feminine. But what we are trying to really accomplish here is that we have to have this with self before we even think about coming together with our twin, our divine counterpart, our soulmate. Right? So it's understanding the balance between your own masculine and feminine within you so you can have the union that you need to really step into mission and purpose work and really understand what and who you are for this journey, And here's the other 2 with the ace, and that's 3. It's a lot of brand new beginnings coming forward in this journey. So I'm just going to get another couple clarifiers here using my Oceanic Tarot. And I want to see where we are in our healing process as a collective and see what energy wants to come out. So if you are a divine feminine or a divine masculine, please take this message as it resonates. Here we go, the Magician. Perfect. So at this current moment in time, this is beautiful, guys. This is understanding that we are working with the elements that have been given to us, working in that toolbox and really manifesting. I love this tarot deck, the Oceanic Tarot. If anybody knows me, you know that I love mermaids. But the reason why I love it is because of the depiction of everything. Like, the Magician is sitting there manifesting with his left palm open, and the palm is facing the sky, which is bringing him the energy of really bringing that wish fulfilled up to the sky, using the 4 elements that's on the table. This to me is wisdom. This to me is someone who has been through a journey, understands the deeper aspects of shadow work, and then turns it into manifesting as a light being, okay? So let's see what we have with this. Wow, beautiful. So where we are right now as a collective, even through, the good and bad days, this is understanding that we are working on loyalty and working into kindness. And I'm reading it because I'm being told to, but what this is the Knight and Queen of Pentacles. The King is not present, but that's okay, because divine masculines are right here, working on loyalty, understanding who they are, and understanding that the turtle represents the slow-moving aspects of healing. Beautiful. Divine feminines are sitting strong with the Queen of Pentacles, holding down the kingdom, knowing that divine masculines are coming. And then it will be the King of Pentacles sitting right here. Do you see that transition, you guys? Do you see that? And then we have the Ace of Wands. The seahorse represents strength and power. The growth aspect of it is the passion of your journey. There's a lot of passion that has been awakened through this twin flame journey. In the beginning, we were always talking about our twins, and that's unfortunately the wounded, distorted masculine and feminine within. But I feel like we're getting so much strength as a collective, which I love. So congratulations to all of us who've been putting in the work, putting in the hours, being a hermit and studying, but knowing that this brand new beginning is here. This is the 3rd ace that I'm seeing, okay? So with the Magician also being a 1 and understanding this progression through the Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, this is understanding that there's something brand new here. And I'm going to ask for one more just to clarify this. Okay, so that was too many. So I want to let you know that the 2 of Swords came out again with the 8 of Pentacles, which is achievement. So first and foremost, physically, we're doing the work. I see that we're doing the work. We can be separate or we can be together. We're doing the work. But there is something that is taking your mind off of things here. There is this crossroad for your own self-healing journey. Now, this is what that energy keeps coming towards us in regards to ego. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so there is some sneaky energy that keeps coming up. And it's all a mental aspect through the motion of material. So this is why the message God first comes out very strongly the last few days. I keep hearing it, God first in everything you do. Like, how many times do we actually think about God first versus everything else that goes on in our life? Like even simply the aspect of eating and what we're going to eat, because you guys know I love food. So I want to say, like, you know, how many times do we think about food a day, or how many times do we think about what we want, what we're manifesting, but how many times do we think about God first? There's this sneaky mental aspect of the ego that keeps coming up, which is fine because, you know, we are always healing. There's always something to heal. But what's coming up here is the motivation through security. A lot of people are trying to really step in the place of flesh versus spirit. And it's understanding that the ego is wanting more of physicality, you know, whatever that is to you. So this is just a little thing. This is beautiful because there is progress and there is movement forward as a collective. But just be wary of what you're manifesting at this time. You know, the energy is extremely high right now and there's a lot of new things. But, you know, maybe this is why I keep hearing God first, because maybe a lot of people are manifesting and trying to do wish fulfillment in regards to material. And the energy right now is really strong that it's more spirit and God first before anything. And, you know, you can take that as it resonates, but that's what I see very clearly here, which is, you know, a really good aspect of what we need to learn and what we need to build as a collective. So let me go a little bit deeper in regards to this ego-based energy, what's popping up, okay? And yes, I'm shuffling the cards a little differently as I've been doing the last little while. Just the way the change has happened this year. Let's see. All right, so we have wishing. Here we go. See, remember what I told you guys with that manifestation? We have the wishing well, the wishing card, manifestations with Aphrodite, with visions. Here is that moon again. We have to understand the moon cycles for our journey has become extremely strong, and we really have to listen to it. The visions are becoming clearer. And I want to say something to all of us who's in this community. You know, when we are pointing fingers and being judgmental or calling people names of any sorts, please understand, you know, that is not love. That is ego. And we all have to work and be better at that, especially if this is our journey, because we're all on the same journey, y'all. And the more and more people I talk to, yes, of course, everybody's individual journey is different, but we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. And it's to really showcase what higher love is, higher commitment, the ascension, going home, and really being strong in your self-worth. Now, this is Aphrodite. Goddess Aphrodite is all about love. In this deck, when I look at her, she's more darker, right? Like the moon is a feminine energy. So we're going a little bit more deeper, and this is the second time we saw the moon. But this is understanding that who you are in the aspects of being hidden. So much right now is being revealed from the aspect of being scared of love. So much of us have pushed away so many different elements of self, our light, our healing, our gifts, who we truly are, because we were scared to be authentic. And a lot of visions are coming through, and this is a really big understanding of shadow work. And because this is an 8, which is the affinity, just constantly continues, there's a lot of people who've been coming back in life in different contracts because this is karmic cycles that still haven't been healed because you chose flesh over spirit. It's really just ego-based energies, y'all. And ego, I love ego. But the thing is, are you dealing with a wounded, distorted ego, or are you dealing with a healed, loved ego? That's the motion that you have to ask yourself. Now, if you feel like you keep running or being in that sense of denial, it's understanding that there is more shadow aspects that you have to deal with, and that's healing, and that is okay, and you must come to self with compassion and love. What I'm trying to say here, and the reason why I'm going on and on about it, because Spirit is really showcasing to me, and it's going to be hard for me to vocalize this because sometimes a feeling is hard to freaking talk out, is that you're about to feel very vulnerable and naked. It's like you are trying to hide your body. Let's say, for an example, this is how I'm seeing it. You don't like your body. You're insecure. You've been hiding your body with so many different types of clothing. And you've been in the dark too, so the light's not bright. So you feel better. But now you have no clothing on. You're naked. The light is piercing on you, and everybody's seeing you. It's that energy, but for yourself. Like, you cannot hide who you are anymore. And that's what this journey has brought you. And that is the healing that you must step into, because authenticity and self-love is everything. How many times majority of shadow work has to do with self-worth and self-love? And when I say, because when Spirit tells me, God first, it's because people are running away from love. People are running away from God, Spirit, Source. Take it as it resonates. That means you're putting on masks over masks over masks. Okay, let's talk about clothing again. You're naked. Clothing over clothing over clothing. Then we have number 28, don't forget, reminder. Thank you, Spirit. I always say, don't forget who the beep you are. And yes, I say the F word, and it's really understanding the passion of this reminder. This is understanding that no matter how much you are trying to hide, no matter how much you push away, no matter how much denial comes through the motion of ego, right? Spirit will always remind you of who you are through dream time, through visions, through synchronicities, through these energies. Oh my God, look, oath. You can't make this shit up, guys. You have to understand that, if you have been called, summoned, chosen to do a specific path, and, a lot of people on a twin flame journey might not really be on a twin flame journey. Like, we're going to keep this real because things tend to become commercialized and popular, or they feel like it fits because it's a codependency. This is understanding who you really are and what your journey really is, and you're going to receive these messages no matter what. Please understand, no reader, no healer, no teacher can confirm what God can give you, because it's all inner work, and everything that you do in inner self reflects the outer. And there is a lot of energy here of you really understanding the oath that you have taken through the motion of Spirit. And this is the sacred journey that we're working with. And boom, wow. I'm even like, wow. Like the warrior. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, give me a second, because, I need to show you both this. And you know what? This is very masculine, and a lot of divine masculines are going through this energy right now. But when I said there is a mirror to everything, there is a mirror to everything. When I look at this card, the oath, this is inner work. This is working on inner self. But you also have to mirror that and also do your outer work. So when I look at the warrior, I always represent the warrior as our physical body, our vessel, our temple. And the thing is, a lot of people are very off balance. And do you remember when I showed you the Two of Cups when I said you have to balance the feminine and masculine within you? This is the same energy of balancing what's happening. A lot of people are doing the inner work and they're not doing the outer work, or they're doing the outer work and not doing the inner work. So this energy right here is a huge confirmation that you must be balanced in both. And this, my loves, is the hardest part of our journey. It's difficult. It's difficult for me. It's a challenge every day because it just is. It really just is, because to understand spirituality and to understand ascension in such a way that sometimes God comes in and takes away free will because it's time for you to move up. It's time for you to be in position. It's time for you to be in mission. It's difficult to balance these energies without the proper healing. And through all of this energy, I'm getting that, first of all, you manifested this energy without you knowing, or you didn't know. Or, you are getting constant reminders, constant pulls, and constant triggering because there's something that your ego is holding you back on. And a lot of it is codependency. Here we go. Oh, wow. Choices. And I just had this energy on my IGTV today, and there's so much into that. If you want, please click on the link in the description box and you can look at that. But this is understanding the choices you had to make. Here again, choices. You see this masculine figure looking at a light wing, but he still has a dark wing. This is about polarity. This is about wounded and healed. This is about feminine and masculine, yin and yang, as above, so below. The best part is the moon and the bird flying free. And then 47, which is my number, individuality. This is about yourself. Here's another bird. This is understanding the journey of self. So to those of you who have been initiated through a twin flame journey and you're still working on yourself, your own journey and your healing, this is really what this energy is about. I'm going to finish off with, I think, my mermaid oracle. That's what I'm getting pulled for, to see what last messages we have here. And I'm going to call it a wrap. But there is a lot of things coming forward. So please be wary of ego-based energies, material versus spiritual. Again, it is complicated. It is hard to balance. I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm saying is be wary of it. And then also understand that if you have a lot of triggering right now or things that you need to heal, then please take the time and realize what those energies are and what is spirit trying to tell you. We can watch tarot readings and healers all day, but in the end of the day, you really know your journey. All right? So we're going to do this and finish off here, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys do desire your own healing session, you may contact me through the information below. We have Farewell to the Moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar lights and cycles. Number 17, which equals an 8. Here we go again with the moon energy. This is the third time, maybe fourth, that the moon has came up. And every time there is more than 3 messages, this is a very strong message. And I've been telling people in my own personal sessions, pay attention to the moon cycles. If you're going to make a goal for your own personal healing without any additional coaching or help, I would suggest that you take the calendar and look at the moon cycles, because there are shifts, first of all, happening through the cycles, and there's also a lot of messages and clarity coming through. Again, guys, wherever you are on your journey, this is not specific. This is literally a collective read for divine feminines and divine masculines, okay? You have to understand also when you ever see a crescent moon, it's all about intuition. So this will make no logical sense. This is all intuitive, but this is where you're receiving your gifts. Number 11, sacrifice. There are those worth making. There are those that will destroy you. And this is probably the best energy and the best card I've ever seen for a twin flame journey. Because this talking to so many twins and seeing what it has done to people mentally, emotionally, spiritually. This is the energy of sacrifice. There's people who's been through the ringer, you guys, like the ringer, and I understand that too. You know, even to the aspect of unfortunately losing lives. And this is a sacrifice that had to be made for you to really step forward into your own divinity. And then we have number 34, which is a 7, and this is Yamaya, grandmother ocean, primordial. Okay, so this is the prime energy right now. This is what I'm picking up. And I'm also picking up the aspect of a few different things. First and foremost, primal energy. This is really understanding the divine mother, the womb, the Holy Spirit. Can I make a suggestion, y'all? If you understand that we're on a twin flame journey, you know that we're here under Christ consciousness, okay? And if you don't know what that is, please look it up. Mother Mary and Jesus were twins. So not every twin flame journey has to be romantic. But what that represents is their contract of what they had to do for mission work in their life, right? I would suggest that you look into Mother Mary and what her role was with Jesus. Because Jesus was the person, Christ was the energy, was the spiritual, was the mission. Now, this has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with historical prophets that have met us. And to this day, the energy is still here because we are here talking and speaking of it. Okay, yeah. Even though I'm having a hard time speaking right now, my throat chakra. But there is something here in regards to that energy that's some of you really have to look into to really understand the aspect of twin flame journeys more. What I'm trying to say is that, and I actually did a video off this one card. The unseen, too much is hidden from you. It's understanding that a lot of illusions in twin flame journeys actually are ego-based, and there's still illusions in the twin flame journey. Because there's a codependency here that has to do with the unconditional love. So let me tell you something about this card here. You know, a lot of divine feminines have a very big maternal love and attachment to their divine masculines. It's because divine feminines, you have been your divine masculine's mother in past life. And that's where the unhealthy attachments are from. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I resonated with this so much physically in this life with my twin. So this aspect alone with the unseen and sacrifice is telling me there are big energies here that both divine feminine and masculines have to look into. But I feel like this message is really important to say for both masculines and feminines energies, because there's a deeper understanding why there's so much. Like I keep seeing the circle over and over again, like the 8. There's a repetitive cycle of attachment that has to be healed here through the maternal love. And it's beautiful, but when it's toxic and wounded, that's when there is a dark energy on top of it, because it's a shadow and it has to be healed. And when I'm saying here, a lot of twins are awakening to the aspect of what journey really is, you know, without the codependency, without the broken heart. This is understanding coming out of the darkness, the cave, leaving the old self behind, your old ego, and stepping in and crawling out new. You're crawling out of the cave. And there are aspects of things watching you crawl out, because that's just how it is. That is divine's order. With light, there is dark. With dark, there is light. Please embrace it all. But this energy, definitely with the moon, there is a lot of things being revealed. So if you're having sleep issues, if you're having insomnia, if you're having crazy dreams, I would suggest you start writing stuff down and really tracking it, and especially through the moon cycles. I'm going to finish there. I thank every single person who has watched this video. Please understand that there's so much more deeper learning and higher learning that we can get into with this energy. And it's really understanding your own journey. And if you get triggered off of anything I say, if you resonate for your actual divine counterpart, then I hope that it gave you some clarity. I hope it gave you something to think about, because these sessions should not just be, what is this person thinking about? What is this person doing? That's such a toxic energy, and I feel like in 2020 it should go, and we really need to focus on self and know what is happening within our own inner temple. And if you do desire to have a journal and write when I'm doing these things, I would suggest that you do, because there's always something to research and there's always something to learn. Even if you go, oh my God, like I keep seeing seashells. What does that mean? Or I don't understand this snake, which is transformation and other things. But there's always something that's here. Even the numbers tell us a story. Just pay attention to things that are coming forward to you, because everybody's perspective is different and everybody's journey is different. So with that said, I'm sending you guys all so much love. If you do have any questions, you may contact me with everything that's down below in the description box. And I will be on shortly with more of these type of sessions, okay? Thank you.